Okay, I think I'm ready, so how about we get right to it. Taking on the Binding Coils of Bahamut today. And because of that, I think I need to head down to the Waking Sands. So, pray return to the Waking Sands. Horizon, I think. Because we gotta talk to a certain verbose Elizan. And if I'm wrong, well, I'm gonna have egg on my face. Don't want to go that way. I no longer have any of those tickets, but that's alright. Also, I'm gonna be doing all this side stuff as a Red Mage. Thought I saw Tataru there for a second. Alright, so yeah. Valley of the Skull, yeah. Alright, so what have you got for me? Drop Dead Shiva, so harder difficulty Shiva. Primal Nature, Whirl of a Time, The King Lives. Primal Awakening? Hang on. Let me check. Okay, yeah, it is Primal Awakening. When the centenary moon did wane, there sounded a blood-curdling roar. A new primal had roused, the portents gave us to believe, one whose identity yet lieth beyond our ken. By thy hand, the three primals have since been vanquished, and each returned to the ether. 'Twas observed that tremors, foreshadowing this fourth, grew in strength and frequency both. The being doth quicken, and in time shall become a scourge upon the land. Yet even as we pondered the course of action, a benevolent soul did arise, one who would forestall this threat. Though she is tender in years, she is true of heart and steadfast of resolve. She would solicit thine aid if thou art willing to proffer it. Lest thou wonder, this maiden is of our order. Thus did the antecedent straightways consent that thou shouldst assist her howsoever thou mayest. As soon as thou art able, hie thee to Wineport, where thy petitioner doth await thee even now. Thou shalt for a certainty find her visage strikingly familiar. Alright, to Wineport. Where we will meet our mystery girl. Hey, look! It's Alphino. Or at least, someone who looks like Alphino. This is Alice, Alphino's twin brother. It has been a while, adventurer. As I recall, my brother Alphino took the liberty of introducing us to when first and last we met. But for the sake of propriety, I'll say Levieur. I thank you for coming. I have heard much and more of your exploits. By your hand, the Black Wolf is slain and his ultimate weapon destroyed. You are possessed of great strength and courage, that much is plain. I shall have need of one such as you if I'm able to see my mission through to its conclusion. Nod. As you may be aware, the violence of Dalamud's fall changed not only the face of the realm, but also the base of the realm. Specifically, it played havoc with the etheric currents, creating vast confluences of ether below the surface. Thought I saw something in my peripheral vision? Among other phenomena, this led to the formation of subterranean caverns at key points of stress. One such cavern lies beneath Castrum Osidans and extends to only the gods know where. Despite appearances, Castrum Osidans is as much a research facility as it is a fortress. Gaius von Balsar chose the site for no other reason than to probe the caverns without interference. As you went about vanquishing the returned primals, I observed a repeating wave pattern in the ether, corresponding exactly to the dates on which you were reported to have felled Ifrit, Titan, and Garuda. Upon closer examination, it became clear that these unique waveforms emanated from deep beneath the aforementioned stronghold. Crucially, I have recorded the same pattern during the recent celebrations and have since been given to understand that this phenomenon bears a disquieting similarity to one observed shortly prior to the calamity. 5 years ago, my grandfather invoked the power of the 12 that he might contain Bahamut. Alas, his efforts failed, and he vanquished together with his foe. I would know the truth of what transpired that day, of grandfather's fate and the metamorphosis that swept across the land. In casting light upon these mysteries, we will find a way to cure what ails this world. It is my belief that the answers I seek lie hid within the depths of the cavern. I would have you accompany me on an expedition to find them. If truth be told, I am not wont to rely upon others and have thus far handled matters alone. Yet I'm not blind to my limitations. Unescorted, I cannot hope to succeed in this endeavor. I swore that I would find a way to restore the peace to Eorzea. If you desire the self-same, then aid me as you aided my brother and the Scions.
Okay.
I am in your debt. You are a man of action, and I sense that we will accomplish much together. But let us not waste any more time. As I mentioned, Castrum Poseidon straddles the cavern I wish to explore. If I am to have a hope of reaching it alive, I will need you to infiltrate the stronghold and locate a path into the depths. Once you've done so, pray report your success to Storm Private Jabroka. You may consider her my assistant here in Wineport. I have every faith that you will not fail me. 12 speed your way. Alright. Find an entrance, kick ass to try to get to it, and then report back. Got it. Or, I could just fly over it. Fly over everything to get to where I need to go. Oh, hey, would you look at that? This looks like an entrance. Let me kick these guys. Let me kick the ass of these two machines. Alright, so... Here we are. And let me go on ahead and, make that even. There we go. Nice and even. Wow, I'm still getting experience from that. Alright. Now we just report back. Simple in and out task. Easy. Now, something of note about the first raids for the Binding Coils of Bahamut, all you really need to do is just do the last one, and it advances the story. So that's probably what I'm going to be doing. I've been expecting you, Throat. By your coming, I take it you have successfully located the cavern entrance inside Castrum Poseidon's? So, that's where it's to be found. Marvelous. Oh, but allow me to properly introduce myself. Jabroka is my name, and it is my honor to serve Lady Alice. Though, for reasons of convenience, at present I also serve the Maelstrom. This uniform accords me certain privileges, you see. In particular, ready access to the Maelstrom's regional scouting reports. They provide a wealth of local knowledge, including information on secret passages. But enough about me. I shall notify Lady Alice of your discovery, that she may prepare for the expedition. Though I don't doubt your abilities, none can say what dangers lurk beneath Castrum Poseidon's. For my lady's sake, as well as your own, please spare neither preparation nor caution. Pray choose your companions well.
Yay!
Binding Coil of Bahamut is now accessible. And like I said earlier, all we need to do is turn 5. So now we wait.
6.5 hours later.
Hey YouTube, no one wanted to queue for the Binding Coils of Bahamut, so instead we're gonna just do the Warring Triad today. Ah, my Lord Throat, during your absence, a stranger came calling. Upon learning that you were away, he left a message to the effect that he wishes to speak with you and will await you at the Rising Stones. If you have a mind to oblige the stranger, please be careful. I cannot well explain why, but it put me at ease to simply be near him. Okay. Well, time to head to the Rising Stones, then. Others, Revenant's Toll. In an effort to have something happen to stream, let's just do the Warring Triad, and then I'll come back and solo it some other time. Alright, into the solar I go! My thanks for coming. You're just a kid in a robe and a mask? Unukalai is my name, and I serve a friend. I sought out that I might alert you to the rising threat of beings known as icons. You are aware of the threat, you say? Ah, but I speak not of the primals, which you are exceedingly well acquainted. It may interest you to know that the term icon and the beings to which it refers precede the Garlean Empire by eras. You see, it is the name by which the Allagans called godlike beings, the dark divinity Odin among them, and the Garleans who seek to emulate the glory of ancient Allag have simply availed themselves of it. Pray permit me to continue the tale. He just appeared out of thin air. Okay. Ah, Oriange, how kind of you to join us. You two know each other. As the Warrior of Light's comrade, my participation is but to be expected. After all, the matter doth pertain to the very fate of the star. The icons of Eld, in the distant past, these mighty beings did offer fierce resistance to the Allagan Empire. However, they eventually fell to the men of Allag, who devised the means by which to capture them. It did not end with capture, as you well know, for the Allagans also learned how to harness the Icon's power. They refined this knowledge at the Etherochemical Research Facility on Oz's Law, and within the centrifugal crystal machine, they sealed 3 of the beings, the Warring Triad. 'Twas first and foremost to acquire the infinite power of the Warring Triad that the archbishops did seek Oz's Law, but in the wake of his defeat, the bindings which confined the Icons were severely damaged. Doubt not but that they will fail completely ere long. Know that we do not condemn you for striking down the Archbishop. You were simply fulfilling your destiny. And yet, were the Warring Triad to be released into the world, unimaginable destruction would ensue. Take heart, for there is hope still. Through swift action, we may yet prevent their awakening and see them resealed. But in dealing with this new threat, our first step must be to contend with the old. 2 savage gods are returned, I fear, summoned once more by their worshippers, and at a strength far surpassing their previous incarnations. I speak of the primals Ravana and Bismarck. If left unchecked, they will inevitably seek to seize the power of the Warring Triad. This will serve to feed the confluence of chaos and hasten the Icon's awakening. To wit, we must needs vanquish both their kinds. I pray thee, however, to first focus thy gaze upon the primals, ere we turn our attention to those icons and their fitful slumber. I shall return to the waking sands forthwith and consider such measures that are available to us. I forgot we have to take on the harder versions of Bismarck and Ravana. Meanwhile, I bid thee attend to the task of eliminating the primals. Young Unukalai shall assist thee. Rest assured he is not our enemy, for the time being at least. that's supposed to mean. Alright, Diabolical Bismarck. If we are to prevent the awakening of the Warring Triad, Bismarck must be cast down once more. Inform Master Garland of our plans. He's currently en route to the Blue Widow. Okay. Well, let me go on ahead and get all three of them. As you prepare yourself for battle, so too does Ravana. And then when the bow wakes. Unukalai is anxious to act before the Warring Triad awaking. The time has come, Warrior of Light. We must move against the Warring Triad now or suffer the consequences. The seal's cracked and the icon stirs. Sure. Wait, do I not have to do this? Hold on a second. Huh. So I guess I present the Weeping Eye. Rendezvous with the Unukalai at the flagship. Oh, let me see if I can actually go there. Just straight away. If it's letting me get that quest, then I might as well. The wiki I'm looking at says it's optional, so maybe. If it is optional, I may go on ahead and just abandon those quests and then just go straight to the Warring Triad. I think it was required when these initially came out. So yeah, it doesn't hurt to just take a look. Oops. Don't want to go in there. Here they are. Statues of the Warring Triad. What they look like. Here we are. Hey, you got here before me is going to be a mystery. This is the place, Warrior of Light. Here we'll find the containment facility wherein entities of incalculable power lie chained, their fathomless energies siphoned away by elegant devices. As I warned you, Sephiroth poses the most intermediate threat. His dreaming mind drifts perilously close to consciousness, thus his destruction be our first concern. Your fellow Scions will be joining us anon, accompanied by the uniquely talented individual of whom I spoke. From what I gather, the two of you are already well acquainted. Let us continue inside and wait for the doors to the containment facility. Ah, Kryl. You've not been waiting long, I trust. We are eager to lend whatever cooperation we may to your mission. It is an honor to meet you at last. As I know of only one Mikadi Scion, you must be Archon Y'shtola. Meaning your diminutive companion is Mistress Kral of the students of Baldessian, correct? Diminutive? Perhaps there has been some sore mistake. I assumed it was for my knowledge that, and not my stature, that you requested my assistance. That mistake is mine. My apologies if I've given offense. Mayhap it would be best if we proceeded directly to the matter of our objectives. Your adversary is the icon Sephiroth of the Warring Triad, otherwise known by historians of Alag as the Fiend. It was once the patron deity to a tribe of tree-like beings native to Mericidia, but was subdued by the Allagan Empire after a lengthy war of attrition. After his defeat, he was imprisoned for use as a source of power. Even now, Sephiroth is never truly living nor dead, his mind bound in a dream while his body's energies are harnessed by Allagan technologies. The explanation for his failure to dissipate into ether lies in his restraints. These ingenious devices serve not only to bind him, but to continuously regenerate his corporeal form. Meaning it will be all but impossible to banish him while said restraints are in place, yes? Remove them, however, and we risk allowing an unfathomably powerful and doubtless vengeful icon to run it rampant. It seems we have no choice but to divide our forces. One team must locate the controls to Sephiroth's shackles and disable them, while the other stands ready to destroy him at the moment of his awakening. And let me guess, I'm gonna be the one heading in there to be ready. If only my gift offered such detailed analysis, which is to say it doesn't. I merely took it upon myself to learn as much about the Triad's imprisonment as I could before coming here. It'll be throat and eye, after all, who entered the Icon's den. Indeed, given the nature of our adversary, none save those under the aegis of the Echo should be permitted to enter the containment facility. The risk of primal influence is too great. Well, that's that settled then. I will disable the restraints, and Throat and his gifted adventurer friends will welcome Sephiroth back into the waking world. Better that than the other way around, I'd say, considering our respective fields of expertise, and of course my diminutive stature. Right, so I'm at a little chat with the doorkeeper over there. Activating verification systems, lifting access restriction to Triad control. I had no idea the Baldessian curriculum was so comprehensive. When we locate the controls for Sephiroth's restraints, I shall gladly leave their operation to you. When we locate the controls, mayhap my words were unclear. Only those blessed with the Echo may safely enter the facility. Your concern for my sanity is touching but unnecessary. Suffice it to say, I am in no danger of falling under the Icon's sway. Warning, verification systems detect multiple unauthorized vessels entering restricted airspace. Security systems engaging intruders. The Garleans. Come, Mariange, we must keep the Imperials occupied. We too should be on our way. Gods, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't slightly terrified. But I can't very well leave every deadly task to you, Scions. According to the histories, Sephiroth was immense in both size and strength, mighty enough to even rout the implacable armies of the Allagans, and that more than once. To cut a long story short, we have to get this right. I shall do my best not to wake the Icon up too much, as my grandfather always used to say of certain little monsters. Get them up and get them moving while their brains are still abed. Then let us be about it. Containment Bay, Sit 7. Hopefully this queue doesn't take very long. It says 6 minutes, but yeah, who knows. Yeah, this also answers the question of, are those extreme trials required? And I guess not, but I think they might be required at some point, so I'm just gonna hold on to them the entire time, just in case.
A few inches later.
Here we go. First time hearing that sound this stream. It's been almost an hour. All right. Containment bay, sit 7.
Disabling Sephiroth's restraints now. Good luck.
Thank you. Think I got that picture at the wrong time? That'll work. He's got muscles. Alright. Let's go in and kick his ass. Right, I'm not my ninja. Luckily, this fight is fairly fresh in my mind, so I should be okay. Oh, I can't target him. Go. All right, who's ready for some Power Man? 4,999. Oh god. It's going right. There we are. He's almost gone. Oh god. Ah ha ha! I'm dead. I forgot that was the knockback. And not the pick one side and pray attack. I want to be alive for this at least. There we go. I was alive for the very end. And he's down. And everyone is gone. Okay. One down, two to go. You did it! I've seen you in action before, but never against anything that big. My legs kept telling me to run, but I just couldn't tear myself away. I don't think I blinked once during the whole battle. A hero tried and true. If only I had possessed such strength. Y'shtola, this is Kryl, icon eliminated. Oh, if only you could have seen it. Throat gave Sephiroth the mother of all rude awakenings. And your distraction was perfect. We encountered not a single Imperial soldier. Hmm? Yes, understood. Let's swap tails at the Rising Stones, then. On our path to the control chamber, we discovered a number of dormant thralls. It would seem these machines that preserve their forms also hold them in a state of torpor. We need not fear them summoning their deity anew. In short, our work here is done. For the present, at least. Let's go home, shall we? Ah. Your senses are sharp, young one. I am Regula van Hydrus, legatus of the 6th Legion. And it would seem that that damnable woman and her accomplice have led me a merry dance through the thickest of this infernal island's defenses. To think that I pursued them. I shall withdraw for now, my lesson learnt. I doubt it. You Garleans never learn. You covet the means to enslave primals, but in your headlong dash to control that which you do not understand, you show less wisdom than the very beast tribes that summon them. I have no interest in crossing blades with children. Live, grow strong, and mayhap one day you will warrant my attention. staff had a dark glow to it. I looked back and you weren't there. Did something happen? Not of consequence. I mistook a shadow for a man. Just what are you hiding beneath that mask of yours? A longing for hope, an appetite for power, a lingering sense of regret. And do I detect a desire to test your strength against a certain hero? Is that what your gift tells you? No, those were just wild guesses, but I wonder if some few of my words didn't strike close to the mark. Or mayhap more than a few. Be at ease, Unukalai. I have no supernatural ability to read minds. The echo simply allows me to comprehend, regardless of language, that which a fellow being would have me know. You need not mask your heart as you do your countenance. That was a performance then. A ruse to uncover my true nature. I see. I shall have to keep my wits about me. You know how to mess with Alphino, so she has experience with children. Alright, back to the Rising Stones. Oh, I got some more Tomestones of Poetics. That's Laughborn, I don't need to talk to him. I think that thing that was caught in my teeth got dislodged. Ah, a book on the Warring Triad. Okay, that's just lore stuff that I'll take a look at later. So, Warrior of Light, how did it feel to strike down so great a foe? You must tell me more of the experience once our meeting with your colleagues is concluded. I think another bot followed me on Twitter for my hashtagged tweet. Through thine all-surpassing skill at arms, do we now take our first step in ridding the star of the Warring Triad's baneful presence. And in such wise do we lessen the burden bequeathed unto us by the vainglory of Alag. Know, however, that the two icons which remain are thought equal in might to Sephiroth, and may yet exceed them. Ere thou proceed, I would counsel thee to marshal thy strength and give careful thought to thy preparation. Assuming the Garleans afford us the luxury of time, even now they grasp for the means to dominate primals, blind to the technology's potential for calamity. My master taught me that the entity known as Sephiroth was this world's first sacred tree, elevated to godhood by the belief of its worshippers. There is no power more fearsome than that born of unconditional faith and unbending ideal. 'Tis plain your master found in you a willing student. Tell me, was it he who taught you of elegant technology's potential for calamity, or are those your own words? 'Twas but a figure of speech, nothing more. When we last met, I thought I caught a glimpse of a boy behind the mask, but it would seem your defenses are firmly back in place. Must you persist with this infuriating veil of secrecy? I, for one, would very much like to know who this master of yours is, amongst other things. As long as our purposes align, what matters my affiliation? It matters a great deal. I do not ask out of idle curiosity. If we are to fight as comrades, we need to be able to trust each other. On which note, I should apologize for my earlier trickery. It was merely an attempt to get to the heart of an enigmatic companion. Truth be told, I was rather glad you tracked it as you did. No person of your age has any business being calm and aloof all the time, much as you might wish to be. Anyway, had we best be off? Anyway, we had best be off. Do send word if there are any further developments. A companion now, am I? Alright, so I guess, yeah, it's letting us, go through with it. Fiendish likeness and the fate of stars. Hold on. Fiendish... Oh, that's the extreme version of the... Okay. Oh, okay. I have something for you, Warrior of Light. During our expedition to vanquish Sephiroth, I came across a certain relic, and I believe it would be put to best use in your hands. It is an elegant device of the kind used to store information. In this case, the record of the furious conflict that took place on the shores of Mericidia between the Icon Sephiroth and the forces of Alak. Should you present this tombstone to the verification node outside the Triad controls, the node systems will analyze the various aspects of the conflict and create for you a false icon which you can train. Consider it a sort of mock battle that presumes a Sephiroth who has broken free of his shackles. If I understand its workings correctly, the node should also be capable of manifesting a far stronger incantation of the icon. This would mimic the catastrophic consequences were Sephiroth to ever absorb an additional source of energy, say by defeating another member of the Warring Triad. A compelling challenge for a warrior of your ability, yes? You need not possess Mistress Kryle's knowledge of Alcon technology to begin this particular battle. Simply present the tombstone to the node on the flagship, and then follow the orb's instructions. I hope the experience brings you valuable insight, Warrior of Light. Okay, so that basically just unlocks the extreme version. Alright. I'm troubled, Warrior of Light. The 6th Legion will not soon surrender its pursuit of Alcan technology. While it is true that the 6th suffered heavy losses in attempting to breach Azazlah's defenses, the Legion is still very much a force to be reckoned with. Left to his own devices, it will not be long before the Legatus moves to... Pray excuse the interruption, but a call to this link pearl can only come from one of your fellow Scions. Archon Y'shtola, what news? And you are quite certain they have broken through? Yes, of course, we shall leave immediately. It would seem the thing I feared most has come to pass. The Garleans have succeeded in dispelling the barrier Urianger placed upon the entrance to the research facility. We must intercept and destroy them before they acquire the means to control the primals. Well, I guess you can just stand there. I'm gonna go on ahead and move. I'll go on ahead and turn this one in so I can get some free money. Then I'll go on ahead and continue Fate of Stars. why is it all the way up here? Can I go through this? Ah, yes I can. Okay. Alright, verification node, here's this thing. And now contain basic Sit 7 Extreme. I got some money to make up for all the money I'm spending using teleportation system. I see we are the first to arrive. No matter, your colleagues should be here and on. They were wise indeed to keep this area under surveillance. Had the Garland slip by unnoticed, I dare not think the consequences. Archon Eustola set forth for Oz's Law when it became apparent that the Legatus was attempting to breach the barrier, and arrived to find that he had succeeded. We must hope that he has yet to find his prize. Hello. Walmet Unukalai, and thank you for answering my summons so swiftly. Throat. And thank you for answering my summons so swiftly, Throat. We shall all be glad of your presence should we meet with the 6th Legion, as seems all but certain. As you may be aware, this facility houses some of Alog's most advanced technology. Accordingly, Urianger sought to deny the Empire easy ingress by weaving a ward of singular potency. Not singular enough, it would seem. I would be surprised if the Legatus had not reached the core laboratories already. Tis passing strange. I wove the ward in accordance with the most closely guarded teachings of the Archmages of Charlian. Naught was left to chance. Not. 'Tis well known that the children of Garlemald have no talent for arcane manipulation, nor have the Empire more than a cursory knowledge of sorcery. That they should succeed in unraveling so complex a skein of magecraft, and with such surpassing swiftness, is tis passing strange. That it is, Urianger, but a mystery for another day. Archon Eustola has the right of it. Before all else, we must move to safeguard the knowledge which enabled the Algans to harness primal energies. A particular concern is the Genesis expression, an etho-chemical formula that allowed the scholars of yore to create substances from nothingness. I know of no such formula. Whence came you by this information? From your enigmatic master, perchance? He did furnish me with that morsel, yes, and knowing exactly which prize the Legatus now seeks enable us to predict his position. Do you not see? We have been gifted the perfect opportunity to remove the head of the entire Legion. I didn't think you quite so bloodthirsty. Safely safeguarding secrets should take precedence over slaying Legatuses? Kyle's sentiments reflect my own, yet the two objectives need not be mutually exclusive. What say you, Urianger? Urianger? Ah, forgive me, my thoughts were bound up in idle imaginings. In answer to thy question, milady, I'm content to be led by thee in this matter. Alright, let's go on ahead and kill ourselves a Legatus then. Right, I've enabled the facility's teleporters. Shall we? Dwell on the matter of the barrier. I do. Verily, 'twas a warding spell of labyrinthine intricacy. The brainchild of the head of the students of Baldessian himself. Even the most learned Archon would require several moons to disentangle such an enchantment. To do so do so, mere bells would require some preternatural power akin to the very echo itself. Well, let's be off then. Ooh. It's an instanced thingy. Like we have our work cut out for us if we want to get to the inside. All right, you're dead. You're dead. Are. Oh, still one guy? Really? Look at them thinking that they can damage things. Oh. That's my handiwork right there. Okay. Thank you, Oriange.
In the name of the Emperor!
Oh, hi. Good? It's just you and me, Stola. Got a Colossus to take on. Nice. Oh, I was doing the wrong button. Whew, that was close. How the hell are you able to manipulate that much ether? After the Legatus. Or if you want, you can take them on, and I can go after the Legatus myself. Press on, Throat. I will handle this. Me, myself, and I now. have exposed the bones of their work. Now to extract the marrow. Even in the moment of my triumph, you persist in your misguided crusade. So be it. I shall present my prize to the Emperor alongside your head. Got a claymore! Oh, it's got a gun on it.
Savages.
Oh god.
Can you withstand this? There is nowhere to run.
Hey, I managed to dodge all of them.
Can you withstand this?
Oh, hi. What are you doing? Oh, hi.
Enough! Yay, I beat him.
The tomb lith is unbreached then? The tome lith. Kryl! My wounds will not slow my blade should you seek to bar my path. And you would slay me, no doubt, but it would be your final act. Yeah, you kinda outnumbered here, Chief. What madness afflicts you, Eorzean fools? The Emperor but desires a means to shackle the Icons in their destructive appetites. Why do you rail against your own salvation? It is not for man to wield such power. The primal energy your Emperor seeks to contain would be his kindling, waiting for a spark. Forgive not the White Raven, Legatus. Like thee, he presumed to wield the power of Valag and invited the calamity in so doing. The star's fate is too important to be decided by any one man, a warmongering savage least of all. Have care, boy, you speak of my Emperor. But dying here in defense of his honor will not further his cause. Ah, bright light! Well, I appear not to be dead. Ow. Heartburn. I may have cracked a rib or two, but I'll be fine, honestly. Our foes gave no quarter. Had Unukalai stinted in his defense of thee, thou mayest be certain thy hurts would be far worse. I could do no less. Mistress Kryl is here at my behest, after all. Secrets of Allag are safe for the present, though. 'Tis doubtful the legatus will return to Garlemald till the prize he coveteth lieth in his grasp. Then we must redouble our efforts to protect this place. Kryl and I will place additional seals upon the Tomlith. Unukalai. I appreciated you staying at my side. Thank you. Twas not. Oh, please, it was a good deal more than that, and you know it. Now let me help you. When a woman thanks you for saving her life, the customary response is, "You're welcome." You are welcome. They're talking about barriers, and the kid is getting flustered underneath his mask. God, I am out of drink now. Urianger, are the new wards already in place? My colleagues yet toil upon their enchantments. I come unto thee in secret, that I might question thee outside their hearing. Question me? Aye, I would speak with the one who undid my subtlest magecraft, he who invited an Imperial legatus into this facility in hopes of engineering the man's demise at the hands of the Warrior of Light. You accuse me of masterminding this day's events? The plan may have been thy master's, but the deed was thine. Thou didst lure the legatus of the 6th Legion into a trap from which he was not intended to emerge. 'Tis plain to me now that thy seeming opportunism in proposing his elimination was feigned, and that his death was the object of thy plan from the first. And you have proof of this. Thine own words betrayed thee. That thou didst speak of the Empire's desire to claim the Genesis expression, the existence of which even the learned Mistress Kryl was ignorant. Whence did the legatus come by such definitive knowledge? And then there's the matter of mine unraveled ward. None save one possessed of another worldly gift could have so swiftly effected its dissolution. Know thee of another blessed with such? Assuming those accusations have merit, what then? Full many times and oft doth the pursuit of truth lead men down darkened paths. I take no issue with thy purpose, but 'tis thy method I would call into question. In the Garlean Empire we have a common foe. Hadst thou deigned to share thine intentions with Throat or Mistress Kryl, 'tis like that we would have closed the trap with less risk to life and more success. I sought to use the most dangerous secrets of Allag as bait. Who among you would agree to such a reckless plan? None, and with good cause. Irrespective thou wert Thou wert remiss in thy duty to thy comrades. I note with some disappointment in matters concerning the primals and those who would control them, the cold rationality upon which thou so pridest thyself is conspicuous by its absence. Know that the salvation of the star is an end too vast for any one of us to accomplish alone. Shouldst thou fail to trust that in thy comrades, I foresee thy actions precipitating some terrible misfortune. Indeed. My sincerest apologies, Throat. Urianger is correct in his suspicions. It was I who orchestrated this encounter with the Empire. I would ask thou to forgive Unukalai this transgression and keep mention of it for Mistress Krile. 'Twould be a pity of one foolish decision to wither their budding camaraderie ere it had a chance to bloom. There you are, you rotten idler. When Y'shtola realized we were struggling with the wars alone, she was absolutely livid. Ah, never mind the Warring Triad. I've awoken Archon Y'shtola's tempestuous wrath. In supplicant mood, I shall return at once and there atone for mine indolence. Come, Throat. It's time we return to the Rising Stones. And this time, no scheming behind our backs. We get enough of that from Urianger. Allegedly. Oh, that is the door. Once again, I must apologize for acting without your consent or counsel. As a gesture of repentance and a sign of good faith, allow me to share something of myself with you. As Urianger suggested, I possess the gift of the Echo, though it is of a nature different from yours. Regardless, I would use my gift for the self-same purpose, the salvation of the star, and nothing poses a greater threat to the world than the proliferation of a primal harnessing technology. This I know only too well. What I'm about to divulge concerns the fate of another star entirely. On this other world, a magic was devised that allowed the realm's champions to use a stone known as Auracite to contain the power of primals. So armed, these heroic souls conquered god after god, oblivious to their weapons' fatal imperfection. Its propensity to bleed primal energies, and with each victory, the heroes changed, transforming at last into fiends of endless appetite. Insatiable in their hunger for ether, they ultimately went to war over the star's ever-dwindling life force, and fought until there was nothing left. Thus, as Urianger so astutely observed, when I am faced with those who rush to embrace power unchecked, I lose all semblance of rationality. Know that my master too cares deeply about the fate of the star. I am his servant, his instrument, sent here to ensure that the same tragedy does not consume another world. So you are not of this world. Balance unto all. Warrior of Light, if this world is to survive, we must needs move forward with our plan. Another pillar of the Warring Triad must be toppled. The question of which has already been answered. Following our encounter with the Legatus, Archon Y'shtola detected erratic etheric waveforms emanating from the sector containing the icon Sophia, known simply as the Goddess in former times. Such readings can mean only one thing. She is close to awakening. Let us return to Oz's Law forthwith and put an end to this primal deity, lest she rise again in all her terrible glory. And then you just go back to leaning against the desk. Go to Oz's Law. I need this. Yes. I can read. Go to topple another statue. So I think this one right here is the goddess. And this is going to be the last one we face. And of course this one is Sephiroth. Nikolai, of course, is the first one here. We appear to be the first to arrive, so shall we await our colleagues here? Aye. Excuse me. Could the 6th Legion have returned? Throat, Unikalai. We're under attack. Y'shtola and Urianger have engaged the foe not far from here. Well then. I guess the Empire is back. Or not. The first Demiurge. Ha! Rarely is my shield thus tested. 'Twould seem the Allagans have not been lax in their recruitment. I think... Interesting. You think so? Mayhap your arm merely withered whilst you lay idle. Still your tongues. We have stalled them long enough. With scales in hand, the goddess shall arise and righteously cast off her cursed pall, that she, with wrathful Worm King at her side, might judge and thence bring balance unto all. Hear my words in despair, Allagans. Our goddess is awoken. Your civilization has birthed the instruments of its own undoing. They were not, Imperials. And they thought us to be Allagans. 'Tis well that you're here, Throat. I should like to know what our assailants were saying. You understood their words, did you not? Wait. They couldn't tell? 'Twas a Mericidian dialect, if mine ears do not deceive, though one which bear of scant resemblance to any spoken in recent time. As for our antagonist's meaning, I do gladly defer to those blessed with the echo. Wait, so we can tell what they were... Alright, so the echo lets us hear different languages. We're basically a universal translator. The one with the shield seemed to think we were Allagans. He recited what sounded like a verse of prophecy, then claimed that their goddess is awoken. Is that about right? Yeah, sounded right to me. And might we assume that this deity of theirs is the very icon we've come to topple? Aye, from their tongue, the words in their attire, 'tis like that our antagonists were Mericidian, or else to the goddess Sophia and victims of the Allagans' incursions. If, as Krile claimeth, they thought us agents of Alog, 'tis Little wonder that they sought to bring us low. You suggest that Sophia's servants have been liberated from their containment? Then we have no choice but to accept word of her awakening as truth. Gods help us. The Warring Triad have proven formidable enough when we've roused them with a fraction of their true strength. Should Sophia break free at the peak of her powers, Throat and his friends won't stand a chance. Let us be about it then. Throat, Kryl, Unikalai, the three of you will make directly for Sophia's containment facility. Urianger and I will do what we can to occupy the Icon's thralls. We've got two opposing forces now. Sophia's thralls and the Empire. Mistress Kryl, do you perchance recall the words of prophecy in its entirety? Let me see. I believe it was, with scales in hand, the goddess shall arise, and righteously cast off her cursed pall, that she, with wrathful Worm King at her side, might judge and then bring balance unto all. Containment Bay, Pit 6. Hey, look at that. What's the item level requirement? 205. This is item level 220. Oh, wow. Alright, well, gotta wait again.
A few moments later.
Welcome, welcome, fellow traveler. Care to test your luck with a mini jackpot ticket? Yeah, sure. Splendid, sir. Now allow me to explain. Or, you know, not. Okay. Alright, well, I was gonna do some, I was gonna scratch some tickets, but apparently, the plan to do the Warring Triad is gonna continue.
I leave the goddess in your capable hands. Just watch out for her worshippers.
Alright. Let's go on ahead and take you out. I'd tap it. Ah, scales. Oh, hi. Hi, face.
The unenlightened come.
Arr. Yeah, that didn't look like anything good.
Know you the full weight of death.
Yeah, get away from that. Oh, you're gone. Cool. Oh, you're over there now. You gonna come the other way? Nope, you're back over here. Oh, you guys are here. Cool. KO does not remove zombification. Oh, good. Oh, alright. I'm not going to be a zombie. And now the music changes.
I would know the weight of your souls.
Oh, God. Whoa. Didn't expect to get seasick in the air.
Can you bring equilibrium? I shall tip back the balance. Sin must be balanced with suffering.
Oh. There we are.
Daughter, be the bearer of my wisdom.
Or there we are. Combo ended. There you are. Hit it. Yay, I did it. I was about to skip the cutscene. Yay! I got 115 tombstones that time. And I got a commendation. I see the goddess is no more. Well done. Once Kral and Unukalai have rejoined us, we may safely depart. One thing yet puzzles me, however. How did Sophia's servants come to wake from their slumber? I believe we have the answer to that. We discovered the remains of a Garlean soldier in an adjacent sector of the containment facility. 'Tis like that the fool ventured too close to Sophia during the Empire's previous incursion and was enthralled for his troubles. Another reminder, if any were needed, as to the incalculable threat posed by these beings. If the goddess would not even have been conscious when she claimed the man's will, and yet his mistake granted her the means to release her servants, and would have resulted in her own liberation had we not been on hand to intervene. I do much wonder that the Icon's pawn was capable of so effectively manipulating the facility containment systems. How came he by such rarefied knowledge? That is too easily explained. During our investigation, the crowd discovered a subtle flaw in one of the mechanisms which held the goddess in check. A flaw which had plainly been added intentionally. Upon examining the facility's records of the period, we were able to piece together the story. It was a time toward the end of the Third Astral Era when the peoples of Mericidia faced extinction at the hands of the Algan Empire. Sophia, a being of incomparable cunning, was said to have communicated certain plans to her servants through the medium of a trusted oracle. Following the oracle's instructions, they duly conspired with the rebel faction within Alag, who, we believe, agreed to tamper with the prison intended for Sophia, and then the goddess and her thralls chanced to be captured, though we suspect that this has always been their plan. Indeed, the prison was situated at the heart of Alag, and we think that they intended to attack the city from within. It would merely have had to wait for the rebels to exploit the weakness in their confines. But the conspirators' dealings with the Mercidians were exposed before they could enact their plot, and all were summarily executed. It seems the flaw itself had remained undiscovered, however, and might have remained so until the end of days had it not been for the actions of the Archbishop and subsequently the Garleans. I cannot help but wonder what might have come to pass had their scheme been successful. Mayhap the answer lies in the prophecy. Kryl hath the right of it. Its words may be deciphered thus. The cursed Paul speaketh of Sophia's prison, from which she was supposed to emerge at the agreed hour. The Worm King, meanwhile, can be none other than the great Bahamut himself. Then, yet a prisoner whom the goddess did intend to unleash upon Allah to set right the scales of justice. A foolhardy plan. Had it come to fruition, the two of them would have raised the realm. Not would have been spared the devastation, the Mercidians' homeland included. Their home already stood at the brink of oblivion. Mayhap they wished for naught else but to purge the poison of Alag with primal fire. The tale teacheth us that even the greatest of man's creation may yet be brought low by a single act of treachery. The Algans were fools to place their trust in technological bondage. To shackle such beings is but to delay the inevitable. Not save for their total destruction shall free us from their menace. Let us return to the Rising Stones and there consider the final step of this most needful task. Treachery and double crossings. The threat posed by this facility is far greater than you imagine, Urianshe, and one not limited to the icons themselves. Sophia's remaining servants must be put down. What the hell are you doing? Warning, deactivating stasis chamber support systems will result in subject termination. Enter identification code to continue. What the hell is he doing? Identification code accepted. Subjects terminated. Blech. I was just standing there, menacingly. So yeah, for that little trial, I actually got another 115. I think during the first one, I got 85. Yeah, what's my total now? 411. Yep, that looks about right. Sorry. Is Autumn Mist, Warrior of Light? Archon Y'shtola mentioned that there was a matter she wished to discuss. Well met, Throat. You will forgive me if I seem curt, but I would settle an account with our young friend. While conducting a final sweep of Sophia's containment facility, we discovered that all our remaining thralls had perished in their stasis chambers. This was your doing? Aye, it was. I chose to act upon the knowledge revealed within the tombstone we've recovered. The true purpose of these prisons is far more horrifying than we first assumed. The Alligans were not simply observing the icons and siphoning away their energies. They were conducting experiments in preparation for a far more ambitious project. If you'll recall, both the Fiend and the Goddess were imprisoned within the massive spherical structures. These spheres were the prototypes which paved the way for the successful construction of an artificial celestial body. You speak of Dalamud. Aye, the Icon's cages are unmistakably of the same design as the Red Moon. To be plain, the research facility contains the seeds of three calamities. Which might feasibly be visited upon a chosen target. Eliminating one of them necessitated the destruction of the goddess's slumbering thralls. A distasteful task unbefitting one such as the warrior of light. Thus did I resolve to perform the deed myself. You have made your case, and 'tis apparent that we were not in full possession of the facts. Nevertheless, your notion of what may or may not be expected of Throde is presumptuous in the extreme. When the Warrior of Light chose to join the Scions, he did so in the knowledge that he would be required to face and destroy not only the Primals, but also their fanatical servants. That which you term a distasteful task is an essential part of our calling, a burden which every Scion is sworn to shoulder. They never told me that in the meeting. I see. 'Twould seem I misjudged the depth of your resolve. No matter. Assuming I have made myself understood, we need not speak of it again. There is, however, one other subject of which merits discussion. You determined that Sophia's thralls were awoken by a Garlean soldier who had somehow gained access to the containment area, did you not? If that is the case, it seems highly doubtful that the interloper wandered into such a dangerous part of the facility by chance. Dissidents within the Empire claim that the 6th Legion is rife with agents under orders to thwart the Legatus' mission by any means necessary. Lest you imagine that we have allies in Garlemald, I should clarify that their motive is wholly uncharitable. Regular von Hydrus rose up to the top of the Garlean military on merit alone, and is fiercely loyal to the Emperor for recognizing his efforts. His compeers, by contrast, rose through favor of the established order and would accordingly do anything to see him fail. That they would be so reckless. You truly believe that the actions of these agents contributed to the recent crisis? Aye, and that they pose no less a risk to the realm than those loyal to the Emperor. Plainly, we must needs continue to do all in our power to prevent the technologies of Alag from falling into the hands of man. On that point, at least, we have ever been in complete agreement. More guilt. Yeah, the Empire is known for having a lot of infighting. Alright, well, time to get this extreme unlocked and get some more gil. To help make up for all the costs of teleporting to and from. And then the last pillar to fall. Greetings, Warrior of Light, but one pillar of the Warring Triad remains. Zervan, the icon known as the Demon. According to the histories I have uncovered, this monstrous being was worshipped by a race of Mercidian beastmen. These creatures are the key to maintaining Zervan's manifestations, and we can be sure that many such thralls will be imprisoned somewhere within the research facility. It is imperative that we determine their exact location as swiftly as possible. We dare not risk repeating the near disaster we suffered at the hands of Sophia's servants. As such, your fellow Scions have already begun the exhaustive search, but there are several sectors which only you, Kral, and I can enter without fear of enthrallment. Let us make our way to Azaslaw forthwith and aid the investigations. Alright. Back to Azaslaw, but I want to do something real quick. So I don't have to waste money coming back. I'm going to set this as my home point. There we are. There we go. Not as much money wasted. Head over, turn in the item so I can get the extreme trial unlocked, and then I'll continue with the rest of the Warring Triad. Well, I guess I didn't need to keep around these quests, but I may take them on anyway. I mean, they're part of the storyline. I might as well get them unlocked. Get them taken care of. Hello, I have item for you. Now give me money and give me trial. Containment Bay, Pit 6, Extreme. It's good to... Throat, it's good that we caught you. The facility has been swarmed by Imperial troops. By their standards did we judge them soldiers of the Sixth. Aye, once more doth Regula Van Hydra stretch forth his hand to seize the forbidden fruits of Alag, and once more have our meritorious wards been swept aside like so many cobwebs. Your meddlesome wards were destroyed from within by the pulsating energies of an icon. Nay, put up your weapons and listen. The followers of Zervan have awakened and they toil to rouse their master. The demon's worshippers yet slumbered when we confronted Sophia. Could the tampering of her thralls been more widespread than we thought? They shared a common enemy. It is not unthinkable that they would seek to free all those the Algans had imprisoned. Yes, the cage doors are open, and whilst you stand here quibbling over who picked the locks, my soldiers are inside the facility risking their lives and their sanity. They have volunteered to face death to prevent Zervan's servants from waking him in the fullness of his power. Now, assuming that you have at last understood the gravity of the situation, it is time that I rejoin them. But you cannot hope to succeed. The icon will enslave the minds of any who draw near. Thus did I seek out those with power to resist his influence, and thus mayhap my men will not perish in vain. You propose an alliance. I have delved into the depths of this place and found its technology wanting. These mechanisms have failed to hold their prisoners, and such broken artifacts are unfit to bring before the Emperor. Twice have you bested me in combat. Will you now lend me that strength and stand against our mutual foe? 'Twas in opposing your reckless schemes that Ysayle was lost to us. You expect us to simply forgive and forget all that has come before? I expect you to put aside your emotions and use your better judgment. But of course, I am dealing with savages. I will not stand here and justify the death of the Ice Maiden. We pursued our ideals, and you pursued yours, and such was the result. Mayhap you might consider another point. In these endless clashes, we have all lost comrades dear to us. Yet I choose to put aside past grievances, to beg your champion's aid, to appeal to your reason. Thou art willing to build a bridge come purpose upon such tremendous foundations? I too am hesitant to accept this arrangement, Archon Y'shtola. But the offer has been made to the Warrior of Light, and 'tis his involvement which shall ultimately sway its outcome. I shall abide by Throat's decision. Oh, good, you gotta put it on me, huh? Whatever, Zovran must be stopped. Then for better or worse, we shall fight at your side. Mr. Skryle and I are also resistant primal influences. We shall aid you where we can. Then let us be on our way. Alright, but the moment you pull something, I'm gonna kick your ass. Holy. The demon stirs. Like a suckling babe, he feedeth upon the ether siphoned unto him by his thralls. We must needs deprive him of the substance. Then we destroy those devices. Hold, witness your soldiers. They have turned against one another. They have turned one against the other. Even half awake, Zervan corrupts and converts those who enter his aura. The three of us then, Throat. Unicolai, we rush in together and disable a generator. We cannot give them a chance to rally a defense. There are 4 mechanisms by my count. If I can avoid the Icon's miasma, my blades will make short work of the last one. We, all of us, have pledged our lives to keep your lives. I would rather you tend to my fallen. Some may yet survive with their minds intact. I know not if my strength will be enough. I'm no champion. The battlefield is no place for uncertainty, boy. Fate has blessed you with an unique gift and an occasion to use it. Do not waste such a gift. We strike! Oh, don't mind me, just using some etherical swords that I can instacast. God, Zervan is... Ow. Oh, wow. Alright, dude's strong. And his blade broke. Ooh. Got a nice gash on his side. He slumbers once more. You saved me. Why? I told you, boy. Yours is a gift too precious to waste. A gift the Emperor may one day have need of in this war upon these untamable icons. Emperor Varus, he raised me up for the ranks, stood against my detractors. I gladly gave my life in his service. You must finish this. Slay these leeches upon our star. Kill them all. Kill Zervan. Blech. We must needs withdraw to prepare our assault. At the cost of his very life, the legatus hath prized open a window of opportunity. Alright, let's just leave him then. He might be alive, but he's also an Imperial, so yeah, just leave him. He's dead. Had I only been stronger. Enough of that. There will be time for regrets after we've rid this world of Zervan. Kral has the right of it. The demon has fallen back into torpor for now, but we must act swiftly if Regula's death is to have meaning. The survivors speak of an army of thralls loose in the facility, and we must assume that those followers continue their efforts to awaken the icon. Let us then concentrate upon delivering them from their task. Mistress Kral and Master Unukanai, prithee secure the controls to Zervan's shackles and limit the restoration of his might. Archon Y'shtola and I shall forge ahead and strike down those thralls as would seek to harry you. Warrior of Light, thine is, as ever, the most perilous duty. Gather to thee thy trusted companions and extinguish from this realm the fires of the demon himself. We're taking on a hellspawn. In name. Containment Bay! Zit 9. I guess Zits 1 through 8 were popped. And, oh, we got some, soldiers. We will bear the Legatus's remains back to Garlemald. His favorite blade was shattered, but may your own weapon claim vengeance in his stead. When I volunteered for this mission, I was in the knowledge that my death would serve a greater purpose. We fell too quickly. Too quickly. Alright, still the belly aching. I'm gonna handle this. There we go. Ah, and it's 9 minutes. I can't teleport out of here. Ugh, I forgot about the squishy noises. Alright, I'm gonna go on ahead and, do some, scratches. Oh, this one. Let's go on ahead and scratch those tickets before I got interrupted by the queue. Campaign attendant. Oh, okay. I'm getting 100. All right, let's see what I get on the scratching tickets. All right, so the key is to try to get one of the higher valued ones. As you can see, we've got a 9 here so far. Are they playing Vengabus? Start with the middle. All right, it's not there. What about here? A 3. Okay, that's a good sign. All right, so once you've selected the line, all the numbers are uncovered with the sum of the 3 in the line you chose, determining your MGP payout. It's that easy. So I'm going to choose this one. All right. I got a pretty good one. Looks like this was the highest one, though. It's always going to be a profit no matter what. Oh, okay. Alright, so 6, 7, and 8 would be 21, so I'm gonna try to pick this one. Eh. Oh, and there's a nice little bonus going on because there's an in-game event going on for the next few days. Oh! I just got 10,000. Or 15,000. We have a winner! I just got 4 achievements, and I just got so much more MGP. Let's see what's in number 2. Oh, right, it's these. Try on. What do these look like? Oh, they're mini scimitars. Kind of look the look of them, so I'm gonna get them. Is there one for a Red Mage, I wonder? Oh, there's one that kind of resembles a cactar. Ah, okay. Colossus Guillotine. Yeah, I'm not seeing a Red Mage weapon in this little group. All right, I'm not gonna do the leap of faith. What I am gonna do is go to Foundation. Because I want to go to an inn room and put this in the glamour dresser. Forgotten Night. Alright, and take me into my room, please. There we go. And now it's time to just, wait, how much do I have? Okay. I'm just gonna go on ahead and wait for the queue to pop. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, I will, cut until the, queue pops. Hey, there we go. Alright, let's start. The finale of the Warring Triad. That one honestly didn't take it very long at all.
There's been enough sacrifice for one day. We must take the chance we've been given and defeat Zervan now.
Containment Bay Zit 9! Alright, I kind of know how this fight works as well. It's fairly fresh in my mind. Oh god. Oh god. And we're down here now. Oh, hello.
Good and evil, the war eternal.
Oh god, he's waxing poetic on us. That can only mean bad things.
My doubt is fled.
Let's go over here then. Aye! I thought I was out of range. Damn my depth perception.
I shall rise above all. Bear witness to my will.
Ah, here we go. These guys. Nice. Got both of them. Oh.
Bow to mine infallible judgment.
Hey, we're still alive. Cool. We did everything correctly.
Suffer in endless torment.
I've got ice, so does that mean I need to get hit with fire, or do I need ice? Yeah, I think I've made the right choice. Oh god. Staying away from that. That's what got me the first time. I've been marked with fire. I don't know how to feel. Do I feel hot? Should I take some medicine? Oh, wrong one. Ow. Oh, I didn't die to that at least. Oh god, it's the tanks that are left. Please. You're so close. You're so close, man. You can do it.
Suffer in endless torment.
Oh, dang it. And we're back to the first phase. But we're all buffed, so it should go a little bit better. We are. Why haven't I used him both yet? Oh. There we go.
Good and evil, the war eternal. My doubt is fled.
Are. I have some healing capabilities. I can't res anybody yet, though. That doesn't come until like level 64.
I shall rise above all.
And now the mop. And now the ad phase.
Bear witness to my will.
Go get it. Oh, here we go.
Bow to my
See this little animation again.
judgment. Suffer in endless torment.
I am marked with fire. Oh God! Well, don't do it yet. Wait for this to stop. Now do it.
Suffer in endless torment.
There we go. I did it. Second try, but I did it. And another 115 tombstones. Zip 9 is done! And I'm back here. Incredible as always, Throat. Hopefully that will be the last our world sees of the likes of Zervan. Every one of his thralls has been slain as far as we can determine. Our victory over the Warring Triad is complete. An impossible feat had we not been blessed with your cooperation. Let's not forget the efforts of Regula van Hydrus and his men. Without their noble sacrifice, the demon would have awoken far sooner and possessed far more formidable energies. Bodies of the fallen now accompany the survivors on the return journey to Garlemald. 'Tis known that the Imperials recognize no god, yet they would honor the dead in their own fashion. And when we next meet, our fleeting alliance will surely be forgotten. 'Twas an interesting exchange nonetheless. They spoke of their present ruler as a man who values self-sufficiency. Varys befriended Regula in their youth, it seems, and was highly impressed by his martial prowess. It is common knowledge that Regula's rise to Legatus was in great part advocated by the Emperor himself. Regula freely admitted his shortcomings when it came to politics, and it was Varys' unconditional support that served to win his undying fealty. One does not expect such tales of comradeship to lurk beneath the Empire's iron exterior. Contrary to all expectations, the man died a hero. Witnessing the way you all leapt into danger without hesitation, it would seem I am surrounded by heroes. And yet my own actions were aught but heroic. I have not the qualities nor character to stand at the Warrior of Light's side. What a curious thing to say. Are you truly concerned that you do not measure up to some arbitrary requirement? If you knew the path I walked to reach this place, then you would understand why I doubt myself so. Return with me to the Rising Stones, and I shall tell you of it. Well, you're not of this world, we know that. And now I don't have to pay to do this. With your victory over Zervan, the Warring Triad is finally defeated. I am afraid, however, that mine own efforts have often been more hindrance than help, and you and your fellow Scions deserve to hear the reasons behind my actions. I promise to tell you of my journey, of who I am, of where I'm from. Truth is, I'm not of this world. I was born of a different star, a child whose power of the echo was too feeble to save his dying world. A child, unlike you, never became a warrior of light. When all I knew stood on the brink of destruction, I was yet half grown. Had I been born but a handful of years earlier, history may have written a different tale. The seeds of other heroes that had yet to fully sprout may not have withered and perished. The star I failed to save is known to you now as the Void. Yep, the one we went into in the final Crystal Tower raid. Though Throat knew not that I spoke of my homeland, I have explained to him before the cause of its ruin. A magic was devised to contain a defeated primal's might within a stone known as an auracite, and the energies which bled from this imperfect vessel gradually corrupted the champions who wielded it. These heroes became slaves to an insatiable hunger for ether, eventually transforming into hideous fiends, and none who clung to the faint traces of the light were strong enough to oppose them. The demons next turned upon each other in a war which drained the land's ether in an even greater amount, until one day the star was suddenly swallowed in a flood of darkness, an entire world unmade in an instant. The void scent you encounter here in this realm are twisted remnants of once mortal beings who gnaw on what motes of life force remain. As I lay dying, beaten and broken in my failed last stand, 'twas my present master who found my tormented spirit and bore me away to the rift betwixt worlds. 'Twas he who first introduced me to Urianger. At my mentor's feet did I learn of the nature of reality, of the existence of mirrored worlds, and the eternal struggle between dark and light. Sudden and overwhelming superiority for either side will shatter the balance, and the world in question will be returned to the void by a calamity beyond imagining. As the self-appointed custodian of this balance, my master warned me that the source, the first of all worlds, slips perilously close to oblivion. In what spirit did this master proffer such a warning? A benevolent gesture or a veiled threat? To these questions and more do I mean to coax forth answers, yet no matter his intention, that Hadalin doth teeter on knife's edge is an undeniable truth. Knowing this, what choice was given you to make? I chose to join my master and act as his instrument on the star. The tragedy that befell my home cannot be repeated. I will see this world saved. And yet I hesitated at the most crucial of moments. What right have I to stand along a true warrior of light? So that was an Ascian. In thine own words thou wert called before thy time, and I offer that thou dwellst overmuch on the question of what maketh the hero. The search for the answer leaveth thee paralyzed by doubt. Heed me, Master Unikalai. Thou needst not believe thyself to be a hero to perform great deeds. 'Tis the deed itself which earneth thee the hero's mantle. Aye, the ideals you hold can be less important than having the faith to act upon them. Regula's loyalty to the Emperor guided his actions until the last. And though we did not see eye to eye on many things, his final deeds can be called not less than heroic. Personally, I find that faith in my companions allows me to act unhindered by uncertainty. I know that should I ever falter, Throat and the others will be there to support me, or steer me back onto the right path if needed. Yeah, potatoes gotta work together, yo. I see. In the days leading up to my world's destruction, I was entirely alone. I never knew what it was to have such comrades. I cannot imagine the loneliness you must have felt, but look around you now, Unikalai. You're not alone anymore. Welcome to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Oh, somebody's bringing their trash can in. Garbage day was today. I will fulfill my promise to save this world, and when I stumble, I shall be glad to have your hands there to steady me. My apologies, this is difficult for me. For so long have I spoken from behind a mask. We should all feel comfortable speaking without such concealments. I should hope you appreciate the irony of that statement, Urianger. Yeah, Mr. Goggles. And now the final thing. One more tombstone. Information contained within this device. So, if you don't know, it looked like that Ascian had a white coat on. And the only Ascian that we know of that has a white coat, or white robe, is Elidibus. I'm kind of surprised that they haven't done anything else with him in the main story. You could have brought an interesting angle to the rest of the expansions, honestly. turn this in, get some more money, and unlock the last extreme trial. And I guess since I don't need these, I'm just gonna abandon them. I guess it might have been a requirement at some point, but I guess it's not anymore. Alright, here you go. There we go. Duty Finder has been updated with a regular duty. Alright, item level 250. What does the base require? 235. Okay. Well, I guess that's everything then. For the Warring Triad. So yeah, I'm gonna go on ahead and head back to Foundation. And from there, we'll be able to figure out which side story to do next. Back to last vigil. I'm just gonna head inside and end things off. We didn't get to do the Binding Coils of Bahamut today, but we did get a side story done, so I'm gonna consider that a win. So YouTube, thank you for watching, and take it easy. I'll see you later.